We have someone who has spent over a decade at Google working on various teams ranging from Google search and web spam to emerging markets and developer relations. He currently spends most of his time driving success for startups via Google's Launchpad program, and he's passionate about women in tech area, which he drives via Google's Women Tech Makers program. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to talk to you on opportunities for developers in Sri Lanka.
Ladies and gentlemen, up next, please welcome Paul Ravindranath, Regional Lead, Google Developer Relations, India.
Hello everyone. I must thank the band that just played before me. Incredible act to follow. But also thank you for waking us all up. It's been an incredible evening. The lights are in my eyes. I can't really see everyone out here, but can I request everyone to stand up for a second? Everyone in the hall, stand up. Stand up, stand up. I know you have been sitting for a long, long time since the evening. Take a second, stretch it out. Stretch it out. I know you guys are, I heard a lot of sighs out there. Please take a seat. My name is Paul Ravindranath. Thank you for the kind introduction. I'm here today to talk about opportunities for Sri Lankan developers. I spent a long time at Google across various teams, search, ecosystem programs, emerging markets, and so on. But what I'm really passionate about over the last few years is working with developers like all of you, and especially working with women in tech and startups. So this is an area that I really care about. I was looking at the Sri Lankan industry and where it's going and reading up about it. And this is what I found, and it really shocked me. The ICT industry in Sri Lanka is regarded as the best prospect industry right now. Not only that, the ICT and BPO sectors grew 3x in exports and 2 times in the workforce in the last 5 years alone. And if you look at a 2022 prediction, we're looking at growth up to $5 billion in revenue for information technology sector and a 200K jobs that are going to be added. This is truly an incredible opportunity for developers in Sri Lanka. And there is only going to be an increasing demand for talent. And this is where, as Google, we've been working with various sets of programs through the years to add value to the developer ecosystem across the globe. And I want to talk today about a few programs that exist. Some of them you might be familiar with or be part of, but some of them many of you might be hearing for the first time. How many have heard of Google Summer of Code here? Okay. This is an incredible program that was set up about 13 years ago, which allows for students to take breaks in their summer breaks between semesters to work on very specific coding projects with open source companies or open source organizations. This was set up about 13 years ago, and actually has been an incredible success here in Sri Lanka. We've had almost 491, almost 500 students that have been part of Google Summer of Code over the last more than a decade. And most students from the universities of Moratuwa have been selected into Google Summer of Code than any other university in the whole world. Are the students from this university here today? Anyone here from University of Moratuwa? Well, if you're not here, you should be because you are contributing a huge amount to Google Summer of Code. Thank you for that. So students, please make a note, g.co/gsoc for an opportunity for you in your summer breaks between semesters to be part of incredible projects where you get real world experience with actual coding, real world coding experience with amazing mentors from across the globe. So please sign up and give it a look. Android. You heard a lot about Android today in today's keynote and the incredible features that are coming out in Android P. This is an amazing area of opportunity for developers, and honestly, there couldn't be a better time for being an Android developer because we have much more than now 2 billion monthly active users on Android today. And the opportunity is immense, especially in emerging ecosystems in the Asian region where more and more people are coming online. We call them the next billion users that are coming online. If I take India as an example, we have around 450 million online today. And by 2020, that is going to go to 650 million. Right? And if you can just add the rest of Southeast Asia and the Indian subcontinent, there is so much more opportunity for developers in the whole region in the Android sector. So we've partnered with Udacity. We co-created a ton of content for developers on Android. And they're free to learn. All you would need is a computer and an internet connection. And you could go out there and start skilling yourself in the Android area. Now, you can also look at our Android YouTube channel where we've carefully curated and produced a lot of content for you, be it on tooling, analytics, anything on Android. This is a great place for you to start and upskill yourself on Android itself. And if you want to go a step further, we have now introduced the Associate Android Developer Certification, which includes a test and an interview, and you can actually get certified as an Android developer. Now, this has made incredible difference in a lot of developers' lives, especially adding weight to their resume or helping them find that next better job as an Android developer. And I have a video here to show about someone who has passed through this as a certification and to hear about his experience. Can we roll the video?
Hello, Karen? Hi, I'm JP.
Whoa!
Oh my gosh.
Hi.
And we wanted to present you with this to commemorate your certification. You're one of the very first Associate Android developers in the world.
Whoa.
Yes.
I started off when I saw a lot of people in college collected around an Android phone and playing a game. When I saw that a device can bring people together to have fun, to learn, I thought why not create or use my technical knowledge in programming to make this simpler, to bring more people together, to solve the basic problems that I see around me. As far as the certification goes, when I saw your speech and your program during the I.O., I was very much impacted by what you said about the gap between what you learn and what companies desire you to know. The certification was a step to close this gap. As soon as it was launched, I was very excited to take this task to first of all understand if I am capable enough to pass it, and second of all to see what am I not knowing in Android. That is why I took the certification, and I was very lucky among the first people to get it.
Tell us a bit more about Karan's childhood, how he was as a child.
He got the best student award in his primary section. He was very studious, always rank holder, and he was a favorite child always in the family as well as in school. The teachers, they really appreciated him.
She was always the first person who saw whatever I made. I used to take the app and show it to her, and I used to be like, I have made this. Are you able to use it? If she says, yes, it is somewhat understandable, I would understand that, okay, it can be shown to other people. Everything that I made first went through this tester of mine before going to anyone.
Growing up, I think I grew up with my children. I was a baby when they were a baby. As they grew, I grew because they taught me later, how to do with the computers and how to go and find on Google.
The agriculture sector can be improved a lot using Android as a solution. Being able to connect the people and impact them very simply is what makes Android development very awarding to me. Currently, a lot of our farmers, they have an Android based phone and they may be having a very simple app that tells them that this is the soil, this is the amount of manure it requires, and this is the amount of water it requires, and this is the output you will get out of it. The best part about being an Android developer is the possibility of carrying your solutions in your pocket. If someone asks you what do, all you do is take out your pocket and show them this is what I do and this is how I solve problems.
Thank you. This is a story of Karan. It was actually featured in one of our large events, as you saw at the end, the Google Developer Days that happened in India. And as someone who works with startups, it's incredibly hard for me to actually find out how much a good developer costs, not just in terms of hiring them, finding them. So certifications like this really help. I'll keep moving on quickly. Similar to our Android certifications, we have our web developer certifications as well. And I'm very happy to share that just in the last quarter, over 300 developers have passed our mobile site certification thanks to our GDGA efforts over here in Sri Lanka. Similar to Android, there's a ton of resources for our web certification as well on Udacity. And specifically on the developers.google.com, there are a lot of web fundamentals available where you can actually go and learn about web and web certification. We have two types. One is a mobile site certification, of which there are 300 already achieved. And the last one is our mobile web specialist certification, where you can actually go ahead and get certified. I've got a short clip here about how you might do that.
If you've been working in web development, you might ask yourself, how can I separate myself from the pack and get recognized? Introducing the Mobile Web Specialist Certification by Google, an achievement available to those who can demonstrate the skills of an advanced level mobile web developer. The first step on your journey is determining if you're ready to take the exam. Start by learning what the exam covers. Review the skills that you'll need to demonstrate when taking the exam. Next, decide whether you need training or if you're ready to take the exam. You can reference our study guide, and training is available online. When you're ready, sign up and take the exam. As part of the sign up, you'll pay an exam fee. If you live in India, you'll pay 6,500 rupees. If you live outside of India, you'll pay $99 US. After you've signed up and paid the fee, you'll receive a voucher that you can use to schedule the exam. The exam is a timed, performance-based assessment in which you'll write code to solve challenges and demonstrate your skills in mobile web development. You'll have 4 hours to finish, after which you will submit the exam and respond to a set of exit interview questions. If after grading you are successful, you'll receive a digital badge from Google and join our community of Google-certified mobile web specialists. Once you are certified, you can share your badge on your resume, LinkedIn, G+, Twitter, and in your email signature. Ready to start your journey?
Great. And what we've found is that mobile development is almost as important as Android and other forms of phone-based, app-based development. The reason is, in our emerging ecosystems in Asia especially, a lot of apps compete for space on the phone. Not a lot of these phones have a lot of memory on them, and therefore users have to uninstall other apps before they install the next Android app. Therefore, the importance of progressive web apps is really important, and web app certifications like this, mobile web certifications like this, become really important in that context. Cloud, right? We're very proud to share that we have begun to grow our presence in the region. So we just launched a Google Cloud Platform region in Mumbai, Singapore, Sydney, and many more, as you can see, in the region. So as a developer, one can enjoy a lot of options and services from Google in Asia. If you're interested in cloud technologies, we have a lot of content on Coursera, where you can go to coursera.org/Google Cloud and consume a ton of courses on analytics, ML, application architecture, and so on. Machine learning, as we know, is a really important area. And as you heard in I/O Now and 2 years back, Sundar has actually called out that Google is now an AI-first company. So we want to invest a lot of energies into developing support for developers like you who want to get into deep tech, machine learning, AI. So more recently, I think as recently as last month or 2 months ago, we have just launched our machine learning crash course. So if you hear so much about AI and ML these days, people say it's the new shiny object, everyone's going after it. But really, there is not much expertise in this area to drive more and more people to this new community. So we've launched this course with the hope that a lot of you developers and enthusiasts who want to learn about the power of AI and start getting into this area of deep tech would start at Machine Learning Crash Course. So go again here to this link below, developers.google.com/machine learning, or you can just go to that homepage and search for the MLCC Machine Learning Crash Course. It's a great place to start for young developers who want to get into this area. So you've learned about various online resources where you can go with an internet connection, just you by your laptop, with the Udacity course, this website, and a lot of self-paced learning. But often, you need some role model to look up to, or you want somebody to kind of help you with a doubt or a question that you have. This is where learning with the community becomes very, very important. And this is an incredible example of how community can bring developers together. So a shout out to GDG Sri Lanka, a round of applause to the organizers. Can we have a round of applause for the GDG organizers? Incredible work. Every time I hear about I/O Extended, I knew it was big, but coming here and actually seeing this, it's always an eye-opener for me. So amazing work. They do work throughout the year. As GDG Sri Lanka, we've also got GDG Cloud Sri Lanka, and a special call out to Women Tech Makers group here with GDG as well. Over 5,000 people have been reached just with their regular activities through the year. And I encourage the developers here who haven't been part or haven't been taking part in the community activities to go there and learn as a community from each other. So as developers, there's tons of opportunities from Google's side. Please remember to go back and check out all those links. But you can also talk to your friendly organizers at GDG to kind of learn more about all of the things that I just shared now for developers. Here are some pictures of this incredible community meetups that were organized. I believe this is Women Tech Makers community. Nice to see all of them there. Moving on from developers to the entrepreneurial developers, people who want to start up. And I heard a lot of talks today up here, speakers speaking about entrepreneurship, many awards being given away to entrepreneurs as well. So there are a lot of resources that Google has built for aiding startups and people who are thinking of becoming entrepreneurs as well. One of the most leading resources you can go to or to get a start is startup.google.com, where we have put together a bunch of really nice videos to talk about various concepts to consider while you are starting up or thinking about scaling up, right? So the idea of UX, Where do you start when you have a new product? How do you understand who your user is? You have an idea and a good set of users coming in. You're looking for funding. What does funding mean? What is seed funding? What is a Series A? Where do I go and how do I begin in this area? What does product market fit mean? When do I know that my product has made it? When do I need to make a pivot, right, in the product? There are various videos that cover all of these concepts, so you guys can be more tuned to what is entrepreneurship, how do I start up. Now, I see a lot of young faces here and a lot of future entrepreneurs. So this is a great place for you to go and learn about entrepreneurship. But if you already have a startup, you've been around for a while, and I saw some tech startups being awarded here tonight. Google has put together a more high-touch tailored program called the Google Launchpad Accelerator. And this is a program that I'm closely work with as a regional lead here in this region. So it's a 6-month focused program for tech startups that are about mid to late stage companies that have good set of users and have some revenue coming in. So if you fit in this bracket, Launchpad Accelerator could be the program for you. It's a 6-month program. Starts with a 2-week very intense boot camp where we take founders of selected companies to Silicon Valley, to the Google campus, and you are put in touch with over 30 different Google teams, and you get mentorship for 2 full weeks, and you leave with a specific set of goals that you want to achieve over a 6-month period. And we work with you closely after those 2 weeks to help you achieve those goals. So it's a great program if you're a startup. And as of the last class, we have been through 5 classes of Launchpad Accelerator. As of the last class, we are now open to the rest of the Indian subcontinent along with the Asian region. And we, I think, had about 40 to 50 applications coming in from Sri Lanka last year, which is very nice to see. But I would love to see more applications coming in and see more Sri Lankan startups making it to our accelerator program. I've got a short clipping to share with you about what the value of this program is. And as startups and entrepreneurs and developers who want to work in startups, this is something that you should carefully follow. Can we roll the video of Launchpad Accelerator?
At Launchpad Accelerator, we work with the best startups from emerging markets with proven product market fit, providing them with the best resources we have to offer, specifically tailored at their needs. We bring professionals and resources from Google, leading Silicon Valley companies, and top global talent. We provide with equity-free funding, global scale mentorship, partnership, and business opportunities to enable these startups to become successful market leaders.
Beyond the 2-week mentorship bootcamp right here in San Francisco, for 6 months, these startups will receive intense technical and product mentorship, leadership and design workshops, and access to over 30 Google teams.
One of the big benefits for us being part of the Google Launchpad is direct access to a very strong network of mentors globally that will share with us the best practices on how we can expand our business to those regions. And then the Google internal experts share with us very deep expertise about different Google products that we can leverage as we build our company.
Launchpad is intense in a good way because it is a huge fire hose of information, of knowledge, of frameworks, of playbooks. We've made significant networks or friendships, I would call them. We've seen that what we're solving in Africa is also valid for Latin America, is also valid for Central and Eastern Europe, and it's also valid for Asia. We've met people who are going to help us enter those markets in the next couple of months that we would not have met in a million years, and it's invaluable.
One of the key advantages of the program is that when we go back to our countries, we keep getting access to the Google experts and the Google teams and build a strong relationship with the other startups and other founders. For example, we are in the process of migrating all our servers to Google Cloud, and many of the founders have already done that. So today I sit down with a fellow founder, and now she just connect me with their CTO that show me the roadmap of the migration and quickly answer all the questions.
You guys had, you said like 50 to 60 terabytes of data? Yeah, that's pretty much like a baseline and a good starting point for the amount of data you need in order to get accurate results.
Once accepted, every startup gets connected to their own ambassador at Google. They ensure that the positive impact of the accelerator is sustained well beyond the 2 weeks of bootcamp. When the teams return home, their ambassadors are their first points of contact in connecting them to the right resources to help them achieve their goals.
We want to help these startups build world-class products that will impact the next billion users.
So that was Launchpad Accelerator. So if this video and this program seems very interesting for you as a startup or as a developer who works in a startup that could benefit from this type of a mentorship acceleration program, check out the link g.co/launchpad accelerator. We are very happy to share that if I just take the example of India, we've had over 30 companies pass through Launchpad Accelerator over the last 2 years. And collectively within these companies, we've raised over $60 to $70 million in terms of funding. We've seen revenue growth that cross over 500%. We've seen daily active, monthly active users for startups through this program going through the roof. So it's an incredible opportunity for entrepreneurs to consider as a program. So that's really it, the universe of various support programs that Google has on offer to help you, the developer, find your best, upskill, and be ready for the next revolution or the next opportunity wave that is coming in Sri Lanka. There's something for the beginner developer. There's something for an advanced developer in terms of certification. There is something for entrepreneurs in terms of support programs and resources. And really, there is something for every developer out there. I hope you can take advantage of this and be part of learning by yourself with an internet connection and these links, but also be part of learning together with your community, the GDG, Women Tech Maker, and GDG Cloud. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you, GDG, for inviting me to be a speaker today. Have a great evening.